Now, there's a chronology in the book of Revelation. In the first chapter, you have just a presentation of Christ and some general things about what's going to happen. But in chapter 2, the church is pictured on earth. In chapter 3, the church is pictured on earth. Then in chapter 4, we're introduced to some interesting individuals. Verse 4, we all of a sudden pop up to heaven. And we get up to heaven in verse 4, and incidentally, the tribulation hasn't started. It doesn't start till chapter 6. So we're in chapter 4 in heaven. And it says in verse 4, round about the throne were 24 thrones, and upon the thrones I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment. They had on their heads crowns of gold. And now verse 10 says, the 24 elders fall down before him that's seated on the throne and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, and so forth. Now here we meet 24 elders. Some people think these are angels. I do not think they're angels, because nowhere in Scripture are angels ever called elders. Since angels do not have a concept of age, the term elder would be misapplied if granted to angels. Elder basically means just what it is. Elder, older, mature, experienced. Angels are as old now as they were when they were created. They have no concept of time related to their existence. Others say that these are Old Testament saints. Now these, incidentally, if you can confirm that this is the church, then you've got the church in heaven before the tribulation, see. So it's an important point. So if you want to make sure the church goes through the tribulation, you got to do something with the 24 elders. They can't be the church. And so some say that they are Old Testament saints. Well, that's a problem. And the reason for that is in chapter 5 of verse 9, because here the 24 elders sing. Now, you know what they sing? They sing a new song. And the song is this. Now watch it. Thou art worthy to take the scroll and open its seals. They're singing to Christ. For thou wast slain, now watch it, hast redeemed us to God by thy blood, watch, out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. That's not Israel, right? I do not believe that the 24 elders are Israel, nor do I believe that half of them are Israel and the other half are the apostles. Some say 12 of them are the 12 representatives of the 12 tribes. That can't be. They have been redeemed from every tribe and kindred and tongue and nation. Now that only characterizes one group. Which group? The church. Again, the white raiment in verse 4 of chapter 4 is the symbol of the church's purity. Again, the crowns that they wear on their heads is not the word diadema, which would be a kingly crown, but the word Stephanos, a victor's crown. Who is promised again and again and again the victor's crown? The church. And then the joy of the church in chapter 4, verse 10, casting their crowns where? At the feet of Jesus Christ. I believe clearly the 24 elders are the church. If so, they're in heaven before the tribulation begins. As we told you last time, we beat it by 2 chapters. Great day.